IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to the IVM Podcast Network. Wow, we're dealing with some stuff, aren't we? The COVID-19 scare we're facing in India and the world has, it's really changed our lives, hasn't it? But it's also seriously impacted our ability to create podcasts and to get them out to you on schedule. Over the next few weeks, I'd like to ask for your patience if episodes are delayed or postponed. We're also going to be doing many of the recordings remotely, like this one, for example, right? And sound quality is going to be a little uneven while we're facing this time, right? If you want to listen to discussions about COVID, we have had conversations on Cider Says, the Pragati Podcast, Thale Arate, All Things Policy, The Habit Coach, and other shows as well, right? So, please do continue to stay tuned, and we will be talking about this stuff, and we'll be talking about life in general. Also want to thank our sponsors this week, HDFC Life and Paytm Money. So let's get on with this, and I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Hey, Money Boo.
Hi, Tash. What's up?
How are you, dear?
Well, I'm in my house, you're in your house, and we're recording.
Absolutely. Welcome, listeners. Episode 31 of your favorite podcast, Agla Station, Adulthood. We apologize for any messed up audio.
Yeah, because I have specifically requested everyone in my house to be very quiet for this 1 hour so that I could record. But my parents have discovered Prime recently, so there's just a lot of noise from their room and the ambient sound of the birds, which we couldn't hear, and now we can. So, sorry guys, real sorry.
I'm so finally happy to be sitting in this. It's such a weird feeling though, because I'm staring at my laptop screen, and I'm so used to looking at your face. So I'm just imagining you talk right now.
Same, because, and so our listeners know, we try to keep FaceTime on our phones on as well, and then mute that so we could see each other. But the issue with that is that I think there's a lag then between what we're recording and what we're saying. So it's very, it's quite disturbing to have it look like two different things. So I'm actually happy without that mess up.
True that. This is nice. I like it. But anyway, Ayushi, it's COVID season. I don't understand anything anymore. I'm just like, what's happening? Everything is new.
And I just want to say, on my list of first world problems during this time is that I don't want this to become our new normal.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I love being able to be in the studio with you and do our masti. Though I will say, for anyone who listens to us and also tuned into our Instagram live that we did, when did we do that? Sunday or Saturday?
Yes, on Saturday.
Saturday we did it. That was a lot of fun, and mainly it was fun for me because I've never done it before, and I just saw people saying hi to me, and I think it was just 15 minutes of me saying hi to strangers.
Lol.
So Tash, how are you?
I'm okay. To be honest, actually, I'm quite enjoying this remote recording now that we've gotten 2.5 minutes into it. I think I'm getting a hang of it. Slowly getting used to it, I'm quick to adapt. I'm a very adaptable creature.
I'm pretending like we're just talking on the phone.
Exactly, literally. So I'm chilling and I'm like, this is kind of nice because anyway, I have to confess, and I don't know if our listeners know this, but I was a major germophobe, germ problematic person, even before Corona came along.
Right.
So, I'm kind of just happy that everyone else is now on the sanitizing train.
I have so many pictures of you sitting in rickshaws completely covered your face, like as in you're wearing a dupatta in 9 different ways.
Ayushi, I can't. And I'm also so happy because I can record from my home now. I don't have to take that friggin' jetty ride and that auto ride and fight with 1,000 people in the city to reach you.
I am glad in a way because I don't have to come up with new creative ways to duck out of
escape work.
Because that's what I do. I'll just step out for just half an hour, 40 minutes. I'll just be back.
And then you come and you record and you bounce.
So this is nice in a way, like obviously a lot more relaxed. I don't like the sound though because I feel I can hear an echo, but that's annoying.
I think the birds are from your end, though. I'll be honest, my windows are closed and I'm in a shut room. Maybe that's why it's echoing.
Okay, but here's the thing. If I close all the windows, then it's like I'm sitting in a tinderbox.
I'm opening a little bit of my window. Maybe we can all hear birds then.
Yeah, we haven't heard birds in a really long time, right?
Yeah, friends, the background music of this episode is provided to you by motherfucking nature.
And the koyals who have returned to my building, and my father could not be happier.
He is best friends with kois, no?
He's become like what is his name? Amrish Puri.
Ow. Ow.
Every morning
Ow.
he stands in the balcony. He first takes in the sun, because vitamin D,
Of course, of
and
course.
and then he goes bird watching from the balcony. He's taken his binoculars
Nice.
down, and he's looking around. He spots many different things. A kite has started building a nest in our building, which is fun.
Whoa. That's
So
intense.
there's lots of nature in my yeah.
You are living in a
But
forest oasis.
let's do a personal catch up. How have you been in this last week? How many days have you been indoors? Let's do that first.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. I am currently, so I'll tell you, I did a grocery run in the middle of these days, and I did go to the shop once or twice to get some essentials. And it's been 13 days. Today is my 13th day at home. I've been at home since after your birthday. I think that last day we recorded, and that's it. After that, I haven't
Oh
stepped out.
man.
Your whole birthday week. Yeah, your birthday week is when my quarantine started. Around 11th or 12th, 11th March, 11th or 12th of March. Wild.
So after my birthday, like I told some of the listeners, I went to Hyderabad for a wedding. I came back in
Yeah.
2 days. I know. And then I came back in 2 days. But to be fair, this wasn't at its height in terms of the self-distancing and the self-quarantine at that time yet.
Yes, correct.
But then from that week onwards, it was kind of just trying to balance how to wrap up things at work, because I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I unfortunately or fortunately don't work in an industry that can really manage work from home continuously.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True.
And it's not really possible for me to be at 100% or even 90% when I'm at home. So before the government gave like a proper announcement, kind of everyone in our office we were really cagey. We weren't really sure whether to come in, whether to not come in. Like, we did the 50-50 for a few days where only half the staff was coming in to finish their work and then leaving as soon as they finished, so that you didn't have like 40 people in one space at one time. We were trying to keep it
Yeah.
at like, that 10 and 15 number. It was really tough. It's now even more tough because we're obviously all at home now, and we have been since about now. It's been, I think, 7 days, 6 days since we've been home.
That's a long time.
No, I mean, it's a long time to be home when you're actually working. Like, we're not on holiday, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
since we're all working on shoestring right now, but it's super.
So you're not exactly feeling relaxed. You're feeling quite like, how's your mental health been in the last 10 days?
I'll be honest, I haven't really been focusing on my mental health. Like, it's not, I know
Okay.
everyone on Instagram and like all these different portals and Twitter, and everyone's talking about taking care of your mental health and the anxiety. And if you have a history of depression or anxiety or OCD or various kinds of mental health issues, I know people are focusing on it a lot, and they're trying to like get through it in a very healthy and in a holistic way. But to be perfectly honest, I have to say I don't have any mental health issues at this moment. I will say at this
Great.
present moment.
Congrats on
But
this moment, Ayushi.
but there's no time really to think about that, because in the last couple of days have just been staff management and human management and trying to figure out how to best navigate work.
Right.
Each of the ports across the country every day have a new status. Either they're still
Yeah.
working or they're not. Then half the day they're like, okay, we're closing. Then they're like, okay, we're going to keep the mechanized berths open, not the labor berths open. So we need to figure out whether our work is, which berth your work is at, which berth your vessel is at, whether it's going to discharge at a normal rate or not. And it's not, I have no control. I'm losing my mind because I have no control. If you ask my mental health, it's that. I have no control.
I fully feel you, Aishi. I totally understand where you're at right now. Actually, this stuff is going on, and you're like already grappling to deal with a lot at work.
Yeah.
And for you, the major hit has been this, how to deal with your professional life in these times. But can you like tell me, Aishi, I want to know, the nation wants to know, are the ships and the coal goodies and the goods and are these things flying around? Are they transporting? What's going on that front, ma'am? Please बताइए.
अच्छा ठीक है. I will tell you. मैं आपको खबर देती हूँ. I will tell you what I know, and it's that I don't think the government entirely knows what to do either. That's my personal opinion. What they've been doing is, see, as you guys know, we're a very like import heavy country, right? We import a lot of goods and services constantly across the entire coast, and it brings in a variety. It's not just like food and consumables, but it's also like energy, resources, all that kind of stuff. So obviously, the ports that are in states which are already heavily affected and have a high number of COVID cases, they've shut them down, and trades kind of come to, I guess you can call it a virtual standstill.
Okay.
We don't really know where this is going to go, how long they're going to keep them closed. But now, like CFS organization, which is like a clearing and forwarding service agents, they're the ones who handle all of the customs and labor at these ports. They've been retracting a lot of their labor, and they've been shutting down their operations. So really,
Oh no, I coughed, but that's not COVID.
Without labor and without people working at the ports, you really can't, have them at their full capacity. So at least Gujarat and Maharashtra have shut them down. As of 2 days ago, Calcutta is shut down as well. I think the East Coast, a couple of the ports are still open, like in Andhra and Telangana. They're still, and Orissa, they're still open a little bit, but Andhra also slowly, Vizag is also shutting, one by one, they're shutting down the ports. Orissa is still open, but I think that's mainly only because Orissa hasn't had very many cases yet, so they're still kind of letting it be. I don't know how much of interest this is to our listeners, but I'm just saying, when we're doing that pot banging and thinking of the doctors and the nurses and the first responders and the essential service workers, I think it's also really important to think of all the people who work in these kind of alternate industries like
of course, these are all essential services and we wouldn't be able to function.
Trade and your labor division that makes sure things work is like they're all part of the backbone of the country, and putting them all out of work right now or putting it on pause, I mean, it puts a huge strain not only on the economy and the people at large, but also on companies that rely on trade to function. Like when you have X number of employees, like at least for me, you guys know I work for my family business. So when my uncle and my father and all the managing director, like the board sits down to decide like how they're going to work this out, sort of the first thing that they have in mind is we can't lay anyone off. We have to pay salaries across March and April. That's like a non-negotiable, right? But to make sure that happens when you don't have any incoming income, but your fixed costs are still very much in place. Because, so you're wondering like, can you balance your operating costs, your outgoings, because you have no incoming? You know what I mean?
Same with my parents, in fact, because they've also had to shut the hospital because it's specifically a gastrointestinal hospital for now. And my parents are both, I mean, all our parents are in the kind of at-risk age group. So I think a lot of people have taken this decision, and now everyone's kind of figuring out how do you sustain a company for the next 1 to 2 maybe months, maybe longer. Who knows?
Yeah. And I mean, I know this is a self-serving complaint. I fully understand that. But when your investment is so personal into your work, like as yours is, as mine is, as a lot of our friends, parents' businesses are, there's obviously a sense of ownership and loyalty to your employees in the sense that you want to do everything you can to make sure that their lifestyle isn't changing and they don't go through any hardships themselves. But also your
Yeah.
stress is so high during this time because how are you supposed to manage? How are you supposed to
Yeah.
run a company when you don't have any incoming?
Yeah.
And from the people like our parents to all our friends who have startups and who have,
Yeah.
roll their own money into setting up small businesses and setting up these little cool companies and passion projects that they're following and they're putting their whole into, all of that stuff that's getting cut. Like our friends who have marketing and social media companies, those are the first budgets that are being slashed by corporates.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, like, because no one wants to
I would
spend, no
thought
one
that
wants to spend any.
I thought people would be spending more money on like making social media marketing because now everyone's sitting at
No,
home.
yeah, but like think about it. If your marketing budget is in events and planning events and putting up different kinds of
Yeah.
pop-up studios or
Uh,
creating things where you're bringing people together for festivals and
uh.
like events at large, who is planning that? And you don't even know for the next couple of months whether people will venture out of their out of their homes to go and attend anything.
Because India is like majorly at risk, no,
Of
Ayushi? Like we
course,
are a friggin' hotbed.
it's
And this
because
is the
we live in
okay, we
such
are still
proximity, close
yeah, and we
proximity.
are still talking about like first world people, as in the people who luckily have privilege, and in Bombay we don't have to
I
live
know.
the harsher fucking reality. And those people are also, I don't know, like, of course, everyone has relieved staff if the staff doesn't live with you. I've relieved my cook and my house help.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
None
this is
of
like,
our stuff.
yeah,
The only stuff that we have is Neelam, but she lives
Neelam,
with
she
us,
lives with you.
so
Exactly. And that's
she
totally
lives
fine.
with us. So
Now, at this point, I'm like, I wish I had somebody who lives with me. But,
I know, but
jhadu pocha.
but the thing is, we're also bending over. Okay, like please excuse the privilege complaints. I'll just say it off the top of the bat. Top of the bat, top of what's the phrase?
I don't know, Aisha. I don't know English like that, like you do.
Okay, whatever. All I'm trying to say is that my family as well, we're doing everything we can to alleviate the stress on her because she's not used to having three of us in the house every
All
single
the
day.
time to deal with.
And like she's also like, y'all are supposed to have jobs so I can have some free time.
Love it.
She's also fucking fried, dude. I help like
Neelam is
so
be like, I want to be quarantined. Everyone's at home. I want to go home.
but so yeah, we're doing whatever we can to, like making meals and stuff. And me, my mom, we both like cooking. So that way
Yeah.
everyone's taking turns to make sure each meal is happening. And small stuff now, you don't have to, you just do it yourself, man. What else? You have it
Yeah.
worse. I agree. You do. You can complain now.
No, I don't have to complain. Actually, honestly. So I was in a very big duvidha about a week ago. I was like, and a week ago only all this shit was like kind of stirring up. So I was like, do I let them go now?
Yeah.
Because my cook would go to like 3, 4 homes to cook. So that was my first
Mm-hmm.
priority. Whereas my house help, she would only come to my house to work. Like she was here from 9:30 to 5:30 every day. So I was like, okay,
Right.
she's not as much at risk as this cook is. But then the thought of just public transport, taking a shared rickshaw or taking the bus to come here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I will come and pick you up and drop you off. But then I was like, you know what, Rytasha, just do your own work for 10 days,
Yeah.
15 days. Don't be so lazy also.
No, so we
And
relieved like everyone that comes in on a part-time basis to the house, and even like my parents' drivers, like we let them go. So everything is since 2 weeks now. It's kind of been a lot of self-service. I'm okay with it because I drive myself up and down from work. I will say
yeah.
my mom is getting a bit stir crazy because she doesn't know how to drive. So she was stuck for a while. Now that we're all like completely locked down and not going anywhere at all for the last like 5 days, I mean, I don't know, man, Dash. This is scary. Are you scared? I am scared. I am scared.
I feel scared occasionally.
Yeah.
And like, my paranoia acts up in like small, small things. So like suppose the groceries, I did 2 grocery runs in these 13 days.
Right.
Because, I mean, perishables like sabzi and all, like for the record, friends, I'm out of tomatoes. My shop is out of tomatoes. I can't find tomatoes anywhere now. And at this point, I can't even venture out to get tomatoes.
We can't find bread.
So, oh my God, thank God I have one loaf in the fridge.
We literally
I put it in the fridge.
We bought pav, like as in like pav bhaji ka pav.
Oh my God, my mom is making pav bhaji today. I mean, I'm not there, but she's making it.
But we don't have bread, so now pav is life.
With rotli. Oh, pav. Correct. So pav. Got it. So where was I?
Tomatoes.
You were saying something. What?
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes, yeah. So I don't have tomatoes. And whatever stuff I've got on these grocery runs, like I stocked up on Tetra Pak milk boxes. Not that many boxes, but I've got like 2-3 boxes.
Right.
Then today I opened a box and then I was like, wait a minute, did I clean this box when I got it from the shop? And then I was like freaking out for like 10 minutes. So a big part of me all the time already thinks I have it. Like, and also that thing which is doing the rounds, like act as though you already have it and then act like you don't want to transmit it to anybody.
Yeah.
So kind of been in that zone. But that does with you sometimes. No, you start getting like paranoid and scared, and then you have to keep reminding yourself, okay, chill, you've been at home, you're doing everything you can. And honestly, at this point, Ayushi, the country is so big. We have so many friggin' people in this nation. I think it's going to take like a year or two for this virus to totally peter out of India. People are going to keep catching it for the next couple of years. For the foreseeable future, I don't see it leaving India whole, like in a complete way.
The thing is, okay, look, you're not wrong about anything that you just said. Like, I fully have the same sort of reservation or fear. And I think it's kind of compounded by the fact that when you read so much literature in terms of either whether it's a WhatsApp forward or whether it's on Twitter or it's in the news or it's on the international news platforms, and a lot of it is from reputable news agencies. So you're not really doubting what you're reading. You're kind of just consuming it all at this like voracious, speed. You're just like, oh my God, this is happening, this is happening. And then
and you don't really have time to process it. You're just like getting all this information in.
Yeah. And then I think I read something where like the world at large and also India specifically, like they're fully preparing for a second spike in October.
Fuck.
Yeah, where even if we see sort of like that, what is it? If we see the numbers kind of petering down, apparently there's going to be another spike. And
of course, yeah.
And it just seems very natural that there would be another spike, if it just gets out again. And so I think at large, we're looking at this being a year problem. Like, I don't think we're going to get out of this anytime soon. I think that's a very realistic sort of conclusion from the situation is no, this isn't like, March 31st and then from the 1st of April you can go back to work.
Of course not. You're going to have to be vigilant and careful for the foreseeable future.
And I know that social distancing as a theory, as like a concept, is going to be with us for the rest of the year.
But I have to say on that note, I am loving these group video call workouts and these group video call games online everyone is playing. It's just fab. I get to sit in the comfort of my home without chaddi bra. I'm just chilling and enjoying.
I did text on our group yesterday. We have a chat with some of our friends. And I texted saying that I was feeling a lot of love for them and I'm so grateful. And that's not usually my demeanor on the chat. It's usually just a wind. Like all I do on that chat is wind up one of our friends, Ria. Like that's all I like doing is just to wind up. It's like the joy of my life. But I guess silver linings, if you're looking for them, it's making you so grateful to know that you do have a lot of support system in your friendship groups and in your family and in your home. And it's nice that we have the technology to be able to rely on them. And I feel like we're speaking to each other more than we did when,
of course,
in this situation.
And in all this, I'm the happiest because, by the way, my schedule hasn't changed that dramatically. I'm a freelance friggin' actor.
I know.
So I'm pretty much doing the things I love to do and enjoying my life. And in all of this, finally, you betches are on my schedule. So now everyone has time to talk to me.
I know, and it's wild because this is the same thing with, I guess, Ash as well. Ashna, a friend who's a wedding planner and event and decorator and stuff, and she's got a great. It's called Ash Studio. You should check it out on Instagram. She does great stuff. She's also out of wedding season and she's sitting at home. And now when I call her, and she's like, now you have time to call me.
Yeah, for first day of quarantine of hers, she's come back and she's called me, Aishi, and she's like, now what to do? We can't go anyway. We'll gossip every day for 2 hours like this. I was like, that's wild. I've died laughing. I was like, you want to gossip every day for 2 hours? I love it.
But nothing's even happening for us to gossip. So
literally, what are you doing? What are you cooking? Then what you did? Then I did jhadu. Then I'm getting bored. Then what are you watching? I'm watching TV. What are you watching? Monster-in-Law. This is what we're talking about.
On that note, I feel like
let's take a break.
We should take a break. I don't know how we would take a break when we're recording like this. Okay, let's just say break, and then somebody will put a break in here.
Aishi, we are going on a break, friends. Go and just wash your hands and come back and listen to us.
India's a massive subcontinent, home to truly stunning diversity. Behind the veils of smoke that obscure our thriving cities, our history is still alive, glimmering like sequins, waiting to be discovered. And if you, like me, are straining to hear the echoes of our past, this podcast is for you. I'm Anirudh Kanisetti, a history and geopolitics researcher, and I host Echoes of India, a history podcast about India, by Indians, and for Indians. In Echoes, we journey through the complex histories of South Asia and what they can teach us about our globalized world. Tune in every Wednesday on ivmpodcast.com or your favorite podcast app.
Welcome back.
Hi, Tash. That was a funny break.
Hi, Tash. It was a great break. Where were we?
Okay, so let's do some listener interaction. I had these ideas today when we were thinking of recording was, if you're listening to our show real time, which is this Thursday, which is going to be the 26th, right? It'll be the 26th.
Yeah.
If you're listening, that means we're still in our quarantine, self-distancing, curfew time in Maharashtra at least, and the country at large. So if you're listening, why don't you guys DM us, write in, and tell us what you are doing to kill time during this season. And maybe
please.
We'll share it on our stories so that other people can get some ideas / we can get the ideas. And we can, maybe if we're all doing the same things, we can do some group activities. Maybe if you guys want us to do, if you want us to do more lives with like specific topics, we can do that as well. As you can tell, I'm very keen to do lives because so many people said hi. And I haven't seen real people in so long that I'm just like, oh, this is human interaction.
I think, Aishi, you should do a live, and maybe one of our listeners can like send a request and you can live chat with them. I'll be there in the comments to heckle at you.
Why would you heckle? I don't heckle you when you go live.
Heckle with love. Only with love.
Do you want to talk about like, we were talking about like fear and anxiety, and I didn't think that we went into it like.
No. Come on, let's discuss. We have talked about our personal situations right now. We are both at home, stressed with work. You are stressed with work. I'm pretty much the same. But other things are playing up on our minds. Paranoia, anxiety, fear.
Yeah. What are some things that you're either worried about, you're thinking about, or you're like mulling over constantly?
So constantly I'm not mulling over anything. Honestly, I have to admit my internal pace has slowed down. And I am really actually grateful for this time.
That's cool.
I have a few worries which come and go in terms of like finances, because now I legitimately don't have any checks coming in.
Yeah.
So I will be running on savings now for the next month or two until I get my next gig where I will not let makeup dada touch me. I'll do my own makeup. So that sometimes creeps in. But honestly, I have to say, and salute to everyone who maintains a house, whether it's people who work in the home department or housewives or house adults or house husbands or whoever the it is taking care of homes. It's a full-time job, and I really want to salute them. I haven't really had time to feel like sad or upset that much or be that nervous or stressed,
True
because most of
that.
the day I'm like, okay, I got to do bartan. Okay, I got to fix up what I'm eating for the next meal. Okay, jhadu, pocha, put the clothes in the washing machine, dry them, fold them, disinfect everything, disinfect myself, work out. So I have to say that kind of a routine. And I will tell you, the first 5 days of quarantine, I was fully free, like, because my staff was still coming, so I was
Right.
literally on some kind of vacation.
Yep.
And that time I was in fact more paranoid because I was sitting and reading more articles, and I was constantly like, like psyching myself out. Um, but yeah, now it's different. Ayushi, I'm a new person now.
Well, I'm
Uh,
glad that you, first of all, are occupied, because I think staying occupied keeps you, A, distracted from certain grim realities, and also it means that you're constantly doing things to be like cautious or precautious. You know what I mean? Like you're disinfecting, you're cleaning, you're making sure your house is running smoothly. So that sense of normalcy you're creating for yourself is, I
yeah,
think like really important. Um,
yeah,
I do want to add on to your thing of saying that running a house is a fucking full-time job, and I
yeah.
am not prepared for it in that way that it's not like I don't know how to do it. It's that, oh, this is, I just don't want to. Is that rude? Is that rude to say?
Aishi, I hate doing household activities,
Yes.
but I've somehow found the love now. I've kind of embraced it. Kind of.
Well, that's good. You're keeping positive as usual.
As usual. Aishi, my biggest achievement is that I have not yet cooked instant noodles for even one meal.
That that's really good. That I'm sorry, that's amazing.
Eggs have made an appearance almost every day, I have to admit.
But that's good for
Um,
you. Eggs is protein.
yeah, they're trusty, good old quick cook. Yeah, today I made pancakes. I have to say that was also a quick fix.
I saw.
Good,
They looked good.
but fully homemade. Okay, I'll give my recipe really quickly, Aishi.
Yeah, give
Now
it,
this is
give
a
it.
food blog.
Listen, this is the most like structuralist episode. You can tell that I, at this point now, I just don't care. It's out. It's done.
Ayushi is a new person in COVID-19 season.
I have no control over anything. This is, if I start focusing on that part, this is my absolute hell.
Lol.
But pancake recipe, please.
So what I did is I didn't want to use atta also. So I had I'm running low on atta, I'll just be honest. So I have some muesli which I just ordered, some sugar-free muesli. So which is basically a lot of oats in that only.
Right.
So I just blended those with milk and one banana and one egg and a little bit of salt, and then I blitzed that shit up, and boom, I added a little bit of eno before cooking them to get them a little fluffier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I cooked them on a dosa pan like a rock star, and then I ate them with pancakes, syrup, and butter.
Like a rock star.
Like a rock star, man. I dub out that shit.
But that sounds nice. It sounds very healthy. I would just not put the banana in it because I'm not a fan of banana. But
Oh no, you can't twist it. It's there to give the some kind of consistency.
without the banana, it'll just be a puda, dude.
Yeah, it'll be a puda. That's why you need the banana for that pancake feeling.
Anyway, I've not gone to the pancake level yet. My breakfast has still been more like cereal and toast based as of now. But from tomorrow, as you may have heard, no bread, so it will be pav based.
Oh my God. Speaking of cereal though, obviously when they have run out of tomatoes, what do you buy? Chocos. Common sense, nah?
Wow.
What are we eating at 1 a.m. last night, Ayushi? Just tell us. Chocos and milk.
I'm gonna say I am not a fan of chocos.
Neither, but what do you do in COVID season when you suddenly have no bearings?
That's
You're like,
true.
do I like? I want to eat chocos now, and I did. I ate them. No regret.
I'm glad that you are having such a ball at 1 a.m. eating chocos.
Yeah. Oh, last night I did a live storytelling session. I don't know if any of our listeners tuned in. I don't think you did either.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
It's a 7-minute story. If you insist, I can recite it for you on our next week's recording.
Yes, I think you should. Also, why don't you just record it on your story and put it as like an archive or something like that?
No, I don't want to put it out there forever because I want to do a better version of it. And I want to do it live. And that shit is important. And it's like my life story. And I want to like copyright that script or whatever it is. I don't know the details, Ayushi.
Yeah, like I have no idea what she's talking about, huh? Like you have not told me any of this.
No, it's you don't know what it's about. My piece. I'll tell you.
Subah,
It's
Subah,
called
so when you
Forever
give me
Friend
some other
Zoned.
ideas, one second. Subah, when in the morning you gave me one thing of some other content ideas you had, you said, Mummy, I need your blessings. And then yesterday you have gone and told your whole life story without even consulting me.
Aisha told you, no, I was doing that thing for commune. It was a
You said it
storytelling
was,
midnight event.
you said you were telling a story. Did you say it was your life story?
I wrote it. Oh no, I had to write a story and then tell it. No, Aishi.
My next question, am I in it?
No, I'm so sorry. It's a very
Okay,
gender-based story.
listeners,
It's
there's an internet connection problem and I'm just gonna have to leave.
no, Aishi, don't do like this, please.
You
Please.
you've told the intranet your life story and I am not in it means itni बेइज्जती मेरी just I cannot accept it too, Ritasha.
Head to Ritasha, then fall Ritasha. No, Aishi. It was about the boys who have rejected me. So how can I put you in a negative story like that? You are my sunshine. Welcome to
Aha,
camp.
good save. Great save. Sunshine. I am Almeda,
Yeah.
your camp instructor.
Mommy, daddy, daddy, not allowed. Who's this daddy?
Fruits
We are just
cow,
randomly
vegetables cow.
really potent advice now. Pertinent advice.
Okay, we've lost it. We've lost it. We need to come back. Next week on our recording, you can narrate your story. I think that'll be a really nice, it'll give us content because clearly we are grappling. And secondly, it'll be nice to put out that little bit of creative arts
My
energy
writing, yeah.
into,
Yeah.
yeah.
Aishi, I think you should
So
also write a piece which you can read to our listeners next week.
I have so much already written. I wanted you to perform it when you went and performed your own life story.
Aishi,
Cute.
you perform now one thing. Please, no, don't abuse like that, mommy.
Okay, sorry, baby. Okay, next week we'll do storytelling. We'll do storytelling
Okay,
next week. That will be our topic for next week. We should tell our producers. Clearly, this is wild,
amazing.
you know. We have no supervision right now, guys. Like, this is just us wiling out of control. No sound engineer, no Deep, no Ritika, no
No
Kavita, no
deep, no
one.
missing everyone, but also kind of I'm enjoying this anarchy because I am an anarchist.
You would enjoy anarchy. Like, I fully think that that's your cup of tea.
100%.
I
What's my cup of tea? Anarchy.
Oh, see what I mean? I, on the other hand, am not interested in like toppling some. Okay, see, when I say that, people are going to think that I am okay with the patriarchy. No.
No, we are not okay with it, but Ayushi doesn't have the bandwidth to topple it.
Yes, that's what I mean. I think but I'm not, I don't like anarchy, as you guys would know, is mainly because it's the lack of structure. There's no control, there's no rules, there's no like building blocks. It's just loose. And I do not enjoy that at all. Okay,
I was going to
let's get back to the episode. This is really meandered. Uh,
No, so what is the episode, Ayushi? COVID season. How can people take care of themselves? We want to hear from our fans what you guys have been doing. Our listeners, sorry. I just assumed you all are fans.
I got a DM recently which started out by saying, I don't know why I listen to you guys and I constantly question it. And then it ended with, but nice going, great episode. So in my mind, I was like, is this an insult? Is this is it like, what is it? I didn't understand.
It's a bit of both. It's a bit of both. They're just like, yeah, it is what it is. I like to listen, but also,
Okay, so listeners, in terms of what we think you can do to keep yourself vaguely occupied is,
Top 5 tips from Ayushi and Rytasha for COVID-19 season.
yeah, I'm going to tell you what I do,
Yes.
which is I try like Monday to Friday, like if it's a work day, I'm trying to like get up at normal work time and shower in the morning and put on like decent clothes and then sit down for a little while and then email and do all my stuff so that I can pretend like at least there's still some sort of like order to my day.
Yeah.
After which I have started taking naps.
Oh my God, aren't they just the best? They really are good for health, Ayushi. I'm a big advocate for
This is a
napping.
wild concept because now when you don't have like the constraint of tiffin at lunchtime and the fact that I'm sitting down at the dining table, which means now there is like achar, there is raita, there is, there's a plate. It's like lunchtime again, it's like weekend lunch. And
Yeah,
because I'm eating lunch means that I get really full and then the sunlight and the breeze, I get real nappy. So I've
the
decided
mahal, man.
it's a very nap mahal. So I've been taking a nap, and then, like I said, I got the iPad, and so I've been trying to teach myself how to use Procreate.
Wow.
Then I read a little bit, and then I
Nice.
spend the rest of the evening on Instagram.
Love it. So you have a full timetable for yourself.
I've been trying to vaguely stick to this timetable. I don't know how long it's going to last, mainly because between you, me, and now all our listeners, I think work is going to come to a screeching halt by this week. And that is truly, 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 truly nerve-wracking. And
Yeah.
I don't know, forget what I'm going to do with myself. I don't know how to encourage a team or to keep people like motivated
Motivated.
to do
Yeah.
work or to kind of keep up with like our clients in a way that doesn't mean that we've fallen off the face of the earth, but also
Yeah.
not being able to be as responsive as we normally are.
Yeah.
So I guess in a way, this is the time to take all the projects that were on the back burner and kind of start working on them. The stuff that we always say that, oh, once season slows down, we'll work on it. So I think that kind of plan is good for anyone in general. Like, I think everything that you've been putting off, whether it's creative, whether it's a personal thing, whether it's a fitness journey, whether it's a mental challenge that you want to overcome, I think the things that we've put on the back burner is what we need to
Yeah.
work on right now. And I think that'll give us some sort of constructive thing to do because I definitely like an idle mind, empty mind is a devil's workshop. For sure.
Yeah. Agreed.
For sure. So I'm a big advocate of finding things to do in your day. I know people say it's okay, slow down, allow yourself. Yeah, but I think we have. Like the last 5, 6 days, everyone's been kind of like, oh, it's COVID-19, chilies. We need to go back to being productive because like life can't end. If this is going to be our if this is going to be our new normal for a couple of weeks still, I mean, we can't come out of this all like little potatoes.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, you're right. These are basically whatever I also want to say is find a routine that works for you. And I would just like to say it doesn't have to be the same routine every day. This is
Yeah.
the beauty of quocation. You can make a new routine for each day. And you can literally, for the first time, we can take each day as it comes. And I think that's something really special and something we should appreciate and do everything you've been putting off. Yes, but also remember to stay in touch. Call your family, call your grandparents if you live away from them.
Yeah.
Honestly, group video calls have been my life lately, and I really enjoy them. I did a group video call this morning with my parents, my sister, and my dadi. It was lit. We were like gossiping, like we were chilling in the hall together, you know. Um,
No, but you're absolutely right. Everything that you've said, I think what we're both trying to say is at its core the same thing,
yeah,
which is find something that works for you, but find something. I think that is very important. Don't like just loll around for too long. You can allow yourself that every couple hours a day or like every 2 days you can take one day off, but don't let your brain go to mush.
And if your brain is going to mush and you really just want to do something, you can just contact Ayushi in her DMs. I'm sure she can put you onto some tasks to do some research for her.
No, I'm saving all my tasks for myself because I'm gonna need them.
So Ayushi, we are in essence saying the same thing.
I'm really sorry. The last 3 minutes have been very distracted, I'll admit.
No, it's okay. I hope the sound editor has cleaned it up and write to us, listeners. Write to us at a time like this. Community is more important than it has ever been. A digital community.
Yes.
Right. We
write
all
to us
luckily have the privilege.
and send us, like whatever you want to send, like pictures, emails, whatever it is. I think we both have the time to actually reply and respond to things that we've not been able to. I'm not giving either of us undue importance, but hey, start a conversation with anyone and it could be fun. If you want to do it via Instagram, Twitter, or even email. I think you have a business account, Tash, listed on your...
I do.
So
yes, you can email me at collabwithrytasha@gmail.com. You'll find it.
Yeah, and if it's addressed to both of us, then Tash will reply on our behalves.
Yeah.
Other than that, I hope you guys are taking care of yourself. I hope you're staying safe. You are being cautious. Please don't be like those fucking idiots out on the street.
Yeah, just stay at home and just be clean and distant yourself and just be a good person.
And think about it this way, like the more irresponsible you are and the more you fight this social distancing, the longer we're going to be in this. So if we want to get out of this anytime soon, I think we need to kind of focus on doing whatever either the health authorities and the government and the World Health Organization is telling us and recommending. I don't think this is a time to fight like the rules and regulations and be like, oh, this is oppression and this is this, because I know some like Hollywood stars have been like, this is like martial law and all, like, f off. No, stay inside your house, distance yourself from other people. You don't know whether you're a carrier or not. If you have been traveling, please finish the mandated 14 days. But even after the 14 days, please take care of yourself, and you could be asymptomatic and you could still spread it.
Yeah, like that lady in South Korea who spread it to like 5,000 people.
Yeah, and listen, you can find like your God and your form of worship and, faith inside the confines of your mind and your home.
That's true though.
Like, please, whatever it is that you're subscribing to, you like to listen to, how many ever times a day you like to pray, whatever it is, listen, YouTube it. There's live streams of like 1,001 temples. Like I think Tirupati to
everyone's gone digital now. Everyone's digital. Guys, y'all also just spend your days on the internet, I guess.
Yeah, there's no real need for you to go outside other than for your essential groceries and medical supplies, if at all you need them.
And also one more thing, last thing, any artists or anyone who's interested in any kind of creative stuff, our dear friend Ruchi, who's a therapist and a dance movement therapist, she has started something called the Creative Arts Therapy Week Challenge. It's called the Cat Week Challenge.
Yeah, #Cat Week Challenge. You can find it on Instagram.
Cat Week Challenge, yep. So you kids, if you've drawn anything or made anything or danced or anything, literally, there's no limit to that. Please share it, tag us, tag #Cat Week Challenge and tag our friend Ruchi, and we will share all your work.
Her Instagram account is @RhythmState.
Ayushi, we will share that. It's too much information right now.
Okay, fine. Yeah, but tag us also. We'd also like to see what you're up to. I'm like super keen / bored.
Lol.
So I think that's it from us. And
10 more topic ideas also. You want me and Ayushi to do some bakchodi at home? You want us to write a rap? You tell us what you want. We'll make it for you.
Literally, this is like whatever you... Hey, Dash, I'm thinking of this right now.
What?
If you want us to recite anything, do a silly dance, a video, a rap, a poem, read anything that you might have written, create any content for you that you would specifically personally like a shout out or anything, we're here to do it.
Now is the time.
Yes.
Now is the time, kids.
And we'll do it.
I'll charge a nominal fee.
That's not fair. I also want money.
How Ayushi? मेरा चूल्हा चलना है.
Okay, fine. If you give us money, I'll give it to Tash.
Thanks, Ayushi. Love you.
Hey, don't give us money. Give it to like proper, reputable organizations that are helping day wage laborers.
Yeah, yes, that too.
Okay. Anyway, we'll catch you next week, and you'll see us on the internet in
a lot. Ayushi and I will be doing a live also. Let's do a live on Thursday when this episode drops. We'll do a live.
Let's do a live. Okay, cool. I'll see you then.
Done. Okay, friends, stay hydrated. Stay home.
Yes, stay home. And bye.
Bye.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, the show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance, from stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have. Paisa Vaisa is brought to you by Paytm Money.
Look! Up in the internet! It's a meme! No! It's a cat video! No! It's the Geek Fruit Podcast!
That's right, we interrupt this riveting broadcast to tell you about our show, The Geek Fruit Podcast, where Tejas, Dinkar and I, Jishnu, talk about everything in pop culture, including DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Netflix, and everything in between.
You know how your friends hate it when you ramble about some nerdy crap and you just want somebody to listen to you? Well, sorry, there's nothing we can do about that, but come listen to us ramble and it'll almost be like the real thing. Kind of.
Listen to new episodes of the Geek Fruit Podcast every Monday and the Geek Fruit Bulletin every Thursday on iTunes, Google Podcasts, the IVM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Happy listening, you nerds.